Good morning and welcome to the Angel and Tina morning show. Super excited to have you all joining us here this morning. Tina, how are you doing?
Doing fabulous. Do you know what today is? Today is National Pink Day.
Is it?
I'm rocking my pink today.
Are you rocking your pink? You actually look more like you're wearing more like red today.
No, it's like a fuchsia pink.
Is
I'm rocking
it?
pink today. I was like, today is National Pink Day. I didn't know
National
today was
Pink
National
Day,
Pink Day, but today is National Pink Day.
AKA also known as National Tina Day, right? I mean, but might as well like say it like it is. And
Well, actually, there is a day, a National Tina Day. Somebody sent it to me last year. It was somebody from the show sent it to me last year because there's usually a national day of your birthday. Like everybody's looking.
Everybody's like, what day is my national day, right? What day is my national? So there's a national, I'm going to look up National Tina Day. Oh, it came right up.
What day is it?
It's the 26th of February, National
I missed it.
Appreciation Day. Well, I think today we can name, having it be the color pink. We should all like put up our pinkest of social media pictures.
I did. I put it on this morning. I said, put your pink post up today. And then, of course, I get the gross stuff, and I'm like, can you be just a little bit right? People are just stupid.
Stupid boys.
It is boys. Stupid boys.
Well, I want to say welcome and look at our incredible variety of guests that we have here today. We are getting all geared up and excited for next week's Connect Virtual Summit, which is our health and wellness series that we'll be holding on Wednesday, June 30th from 2 to 7 p.m. Eastern Time. You can get your free tickets. Yes, register today for free by going to connectvirtualsummit.com. And you are going to get, this is a sampling. This is a sampling of our expert series of speakers that we are going to have on the summit with us speaking next week. Stevie Don, how are you doing today?
I'm good, except I feel bad that I don't have pink. I have purple nails, like an orangey shirt, and red lips. I have not gotten the pink memo today, so I'm feeling a little out of it.
Right? Purple,
yes.
Orange, and pink, and red.
Red. I got all the other colors and none of the pink memo, but I'll work on it.
Stevie Don, where are you coming to us from?
I am here in Mansfield, Texas. It is summer, it is hot, but it's not raining, which was good because it rained the whole month of May. So we're really excited that it's not.
Here in North Carolina yesterday, poured.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
And I love it, but my hair does not, right? Like my hair does not love that rain. And so I'm just really happy that it's now summer. So now it's hot, but hey, no rain. So I'll take it. But I'm good.
You're good. Stephanie, how are you doing today?
I'm doing very well. How about you?
Good. You have like rose-colored glasses almost.
I do because they're transition lenses, so the lights are playing a little trick here. So, but I do have my pink on. I have pink.
She has her rose-colored glasses on.
Yeah.
Stephanie, you look like you're coming from a different area these days.
Yeah, I'm coming from an area of freedom and possibilities for the future. So that's where I'm coming from.
Let us just take a moment and say Stephanie is coming from freedom. A place of freedom. I love that.
Freedom.
That was so perfect. So perfect.
She is meant for the stage, isn't she? Right, to be able to have a quote like that, to be able to like just say, this is where I'm coming from. Like this woman was meant for the stage. Like she is newly retired. She is living a life of freedom, a brand new entrepreneur in this space. And she's got her rose-colored glasses. And I think that life is good.
So Stephanie, where are you at right now? Are you in Arizona?
Yeah, actually I just got into Arizona at 2:00 this morning. From a 3.5 week long road trip around the states literally from West Coast to East Coast. And so currently I'm sitting in my room feeling very funny because after being away for 3.5 weeks, my home doesn't feel like home really. It's a new experience again. So, but yeah, Kingman, Arizona is where I'm broadcasting to you from today, and just hanging out in my home.
So you got in at 2 a.m. It's
Yes.
8 a.m. now.
Yes.
So did you get
Like, when did you sleep?
About 4 hours. Yeah.
well, you look amazing for somebody who just came in from a road trip, 3.5 hours, and she's
Tell
on
us
Kingman
your
Road.
secrets.
Great. We are going to need some secret tips, which is one of those health and wellness.
Where you can get them right out.
I love it. I love it. Michele MacArthur is joining us here today. Michele, how are you doing?
Doing awesome. Like Stevie Don said, it's dry a little bit here in Texas. We're trying to dry out. So I'm shouting out from Plano, Texas. And I just feel great, and I'm excited and honored to be here with you ladies and talking about the topics that I am so passionate about. I'm a hospitality health and wellness strategist. So thank you so much for allowing me to be here.
We're excited to have you. We're excited to have you here. So these are three of our speakers that are going to be speaking at our health and wellness series next week at our Connect Virtual Summit. We've been hosting a Connect Virtual Summit for a year and a half, almost every single month for the last year and a half. And each month we're bringing in a brand new topic, just something different, right? For you to sink your teeth into, to go a little deeper into that subject. And this one, it's all about health and wellness. And I'm super excited because this is right now top of mind for everybody, right? Mental health awareness, our physical well-being, our spiritual, like all of that, and our mindset. And I think the timing for this event could not have come at a better time, because I think we're all feeling a little weary.
I think especially just with everything, with coronavirus, I had a incident yesterday happened with my son who lost his battle buddy yesterday, and it's so very disheartening, a young kid, and you don't know what to say, you like, as a mom, like, it completely broke my heart. I tore down, it just without like busting out here.
I know, when your children are sad.
Yes.
Right? When how do you comfort? Yeah. Right? How do you comfort them? Because they have to go through sadness. We have to be able to give them the skill set to handle sadness, right? And disappointment, because the world is going to deliver that, and we've got to,
and anger and stuff like that. And I think just with the world going on and everything that we had to deal with last year, and kind of coming off of it, and people just need to be a little bit nicer, a little bit kinder, play well with others,
Right. But are you seeing it's almost the opposite? I feel like you see so many people now, and we'll find out from our group of speakers, right? People are like drawing a line in the sand. They're like, like, this happened to me, I'm never shopping with them again. Like, this happened, I'm never going back. And they can't get you, or I'm not following. Like, it's almost like the opposite of zero grace is being extended. Are you ladies feeling that? Are you noticing that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think, if we look at why that happens, right? Because there's a hormonal reason why it happens. So if we look at our emotions and we say, if I'm feeling a 6 or a 7, I can let things slide right off, right? It's a bad day, but I'm okay, right? It's a bad day, but I'm okay. I'll make it through. What's happening, right, is that means less emotional hormones going on. As that number drops, as we start having worse and worse days. So now our number is a 2. Now our number is a 3. Well, all of a sudden, it doesn't take a lot to get us to that point. Like you said, we draw that line. I am done with you. You were 5 minutes late and I ain't taking it.
Like a little bit of road rage and you're done.
Exactly. And that's it. Right. And so what we've seen over the last year is, and what that means is when people are feeling that bad, that means there's a lot more hormones circling through their system. So as we're seeing those hormones circle and we're seeing that, what we call the threshold, come down, it doesn't take a lot to push people over the edge. And so we want there to be more grace because we know that everybody's struggling, but really to give grace, you've got to be at a higher number. So people who are at 2s and 3s, they're not able to give grace. They don't have the capacity. So what we got to do is get them feeling better, and then they'll start having more grace. And so it's just really hard, right? Because what we need is grace, but we are not in a place to give it.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a great explanation, Stevie Don, right? Yeah, like we're just at our capacity to actually give. And so helping, right? Which is what I think our health and wellness series, like, I think they're going to come out of that feeling really good. They're going to feel empowered. They're going to have some tips and tricks and tools that they can use to just take care of them, right? It's that whole put on our own oxygen mask first. Right? Are we taking care of us? Because if we're not taking care of this, of course, we can't serve out of an empty cup.
Can I share? I had a quote said recently that I think applies to what you just said, Angel. I was listening to this podcast and they were talking about like bodybuilders and really like super fit people, obviously not me. But anyway, one of the quotes was, if you are broken, meaning physically not well, if you are broken, you will continue to stay broke, meaning financially. And this connection between if we're not well, our business isn't well. So just to your point, I thought that was it stuck with me these weeks of just, wow, when you're not well physically, you can't be well in your business.
If you're not well, you can't be healthy, right?
Oh, there you go. That's it. That's it. Yeah.
If you're broken, you'll be broke. And if you're not well, you can't be wealthy, right? You have to be well to be wealthy, right? And I see that. I see that in the people that, I was going to say around us, like on social media, because that's, the connection we've got, right, to folks. Stephanie, you just went on a 3.5 week road trip. Did you see others? Like, is this like, how did you
right with your husband the whole time?
Oh, he didn't go.
You went
he didn't go. It was my road trip.
Yourself?
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah. Traveling coast to coast, it was wow, it was such an experience seeing the different cultural pressures and just expectations and different things throughout the country. And it was pretty funny. We were, different pods around the nation and how people are coping with the distress that they're under at different times. And a couple places, like, I want to move there because I didn't have to hold the door for myself the entire time. And even when I tried to hold the door, a gentleman would take the door from me and be like, no, ma'am, like, no, like you go.
I know there are women that are appalled by that notion, but I love that.
I think chivalry is not dead, and I think men should do that for
but there are women that are like, I can hold my own door, right? There are those, and more power to you. But I'm with you, Stephanie. I think this is why I'm so enamored with cowboys, because I think that cowboys are like that.
In the South when they did that. Were you in the South?
I was not in the South, so that was surprising.
Where were you?
Actually, it was.
Where were you?
I was way north, and there was a lot of chivalry and cooperative type things going on in the north. And then as I moved south through the states, people got more aggressive and more and less. They didn't hold the door. I'd walk up to a door in one of the lower area states, the more southern states. I'd walk up to the door and, another person would walk up to the door and they'd kind of stand there and wait for me to open it for them. And I was like, okay, here you go. After you, have a great day. Love you and all. We went to a baseball game, and this was kind of funny. We were in Alabama, and we went to a baseball game, and it was pouring when we got to the baseball game, raining. And we had to go through the check-in, and I had my wallet with me. And the guy takes my wallet and he sticks it on this little square that's on the table. And he goes, "Oh, ma'am, this is too big. Normally we wouldn't let you in, but we think that the game is going to be canceled, so we'll allow you to go in this time." And so I pick up my wallet and I was like, "Oh, wow. I'm sorry, because in Arizona, that's considered a small bag to take into a game." And one of the other people working the event, he turns to me and he goes, "Don't harass us, ma'am." He goes, "If you want, I can kick you out right now." And I was like, "Whoa, just breathe for a minute. I was just having a friendly conversation. Like, y'all just calm down right there." And I was just making a
That's what
friendly
Stevie Don
comment.
was saying, right? I mean, they've been, probably harassed and assaulted like verbally from other patrons, right? I know that, my kids work at Disney, and, they, for, having to remind people to wear their masks over and over again. And you'll get this one person who just like, "Brah," and she's like, "Okay, all right, like, I'll back off," right? They just, like Stevie, like, their number's down, their number is low.
Yeah.
And so when we see the, and don't you kind of find,
Disneyland is supposed to be the happiest place on earth.
well, it is, but the people there were grumpy.
It must have been just
Because
Always
everyone is
reminding
looking
them
for
how
an
much they
escape right
spent.
now.
Right? Yeah, they're like, "I spent all this money on this vacation for you to yell at me and tell me to wear my mask." And she's like, sorry.
just
Right.
the rules. I'm sorry.
Well, welcome back. And it is kind of cool to just to see the different, it's almost like going to very different countries. In some cases, it feels so different and so extreme from each other. But I think what we're most fascinated by, Stephanie, is that you went by yourself.
Right?
That you didn't go with Cliff.
No, my husband didn't go. He had to work, and so I actually took my mom with me, and we kind of did a bucket list trip. It almost turned into. So we had some really neat adventures, meeting brand new family members that we've never connected with before. And
my mom would love it if I did that with her.
You should.
Oh, she would.
Yeah.
She would, right?
Might have to take a lot of medication.
Clever. I do. I love you, Mom. I love you, Mom. But maybe not 3 weeks, right? 3 weeks would be extended. But we did a cruise. We did a cruise once, my mom and I, many, many years ago. It was my first cruise ever. And I do think that cruising with family is a really brilliant way to vacation together, because there's enough opportunities for people to go off and do their own thing.
And then come back together and eat.
And then they can come back together. And so that, just FYI, but, so, right. So, okay. So next week we're talking all about this health and wellness. People are like, they're just at their limit and struggling, and people they're just like attack you like verbally. And there was a while where I kind of even stopped posting on social media, because it just seemed like if you couldn't say anything right, that you were gonna just tick somebody off,
get ridiculed by whatever it is that you're putting on there.
Yeah. And so it doesn't even leave room for like, and people who are friends with you, they're like, that's it, right? Drawing the line, not like, how dare you? Like, I didn't even know this. I'm like, it's the color pink, right? It's innocent. Right? But all of a sudden it's like this
color pink,
right?
It's actually even more so to applaud you ladies for having the Connect Summit and having the series with mental health and health and wellness, because it's about really bringing more awareness into the world and each person doing that part, because you're right, it is all around. And the call, or where I was speaking just right before I came on, was about grief and how each of us deal with grief in ourselves, which is that mindset. And that goes when I'm even teaching classes on the lean, the lifestyle, exercise, attitude, and nutrition. It is about how people's mindsets are, and you don't know what's actually going on. You mentioned it's like, just give them grace because you don't know, but like Stephanie was talking about, where it's like, hey, we're just having a conversation, but what that other person is perceiving. And I think right now it is, how you mentioned, so needed more than ever, just for us to be breathing it in every way that we can to bring awareness, or not just awareness, is to share that love and let that other person know that, hey, you know, you're just there to smile at them. And because you don't know what they're going through, you don't know if they lost someone, they lost their whatever they may have lost, whatever type of grief, or they're just angry, and you're trying to just calm a little and make, I guess, the world a better place, right? But it drives into our health and wellness. So it is so
Michele,
important.
we're gonna make it a little more personal, right? Like, what do you do? Right? What are some of the things that, because you know, none of us knows how we're gonna handle grief, or right, until we're like in the thick of it. And you know, we think, oh, I'm gonna be able to breathe, and I'm gonna have Zen, right? Like it's gonna be, I'm gonna be the pillar, the model of.
You call your best friend blubbering, and you can't get nothing out.
It's not easy. Well, you're right. I mean, what does Michele do? Well, you know, the fun part of what Michele does is gets to run around and talk about how the tongue doesn't lie, right? But I'm a hospitality health and wellness strategist, where I help you to guide you to a holistic, lean approach, and that healing is from the inside out. That lean stands for, like I mentioned, lifestyle, exercise, attitude, and nutrition. I love taking people to those and showing them the top luxury wellness destinations.
I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna push you just a little bit.
Tell me, what do you need?
What do you personally do for you to stay in this space?
And that, it's the mindset. It's the mindset of getting up every morning and making sure there is that gratitude. You know, what am I grateful for? Who can I help today? After I go through that, I have my prayer, my stillness, I stretch and make sure my body is aligned. I drink my tea, I take my herbal medicines, then I
So
eat.
it's like a whole morning, you have your like a whole morning routine. And do you do this every day?
Oh yeah, every day. I mean, for my own lifestyle of having health, overcoming a lot and being a survivor of health issues, I have to do it every morning, because sometimes if my brain doesn't work, and it's all tied into the organs. So whether I'm stretching, I'm moving, you know, the organs to align, I'm taking herbal medicines to help the organs to be focused, and I'm eating, trying to. We all try to do this in moderation. Do I have coffee from time to time? Yes. Do I eat creme brulee or drink a martini, or, you know, have what did I have yesterday? A cheesecake? Yes, but everything's in moderation. And I can tell that if sometimes that I may be getting a migraine, or my brain may feel foggy, I got to stop whatever sugar is, because I need to make sure I'm eating clean. And just the supplements. Then towards the end of the day, I go run the dog. And now that it is in the evening, I'll go for a swim. I really, the exercise, the movement, like Stevie Dawn always talks about, is that movement. It helps the endorphins and the chemicals in your brain. Yeah. And it's just about being balanced. And the kidney and liver is that foundation. And so I focus on that. That's what I do.
So Michele, you do the morning routine, and you make sure you do it every single day. Stevie Dawn, what is one thing that you do to make sure that you start your day at an 8 or a 9 or even a 10?
Listen to true crime podcasts. As my husband says, start her day with murder and the whole day goes better. Anyway, you know, I think morning routines, I think, are really important. As Michele said, I don't have a morning routine that I do. I know I don't have a morning routine that I do all the time. And the reason is because I'm one of those people, I like to get up and get to work, and I do more like an afternoon routine, because I just, that's when I feel the energy. So I get up and get going, and I don't really do anything consistently till this afternoon. But, you know, one thing that I think.
What time do you get up in the morning?
I get up at 6.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
Immediately
What time do you get up?
For me, it takes me a while because of the muscle deterioration. So I get up depending between 7 and 8. Sometimes at 6:30, sometimes at 5:30, but on my schedule. But normally it's around 8 o'clock in the morning. I get up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stephanie, what time do you get up?
4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh,
And Tina, what time do you get up?
Between 5 and 6.
Between 5 and 6. Okay. Sorry. Back to you, Stevie Dawn.
no, that's okay. 6 o'clock. I get up at 6 o'clock. And that's pushing it, but I'm trying really hard to get up at 6. I would rather get up at 7:30, but 6 o'clock is what I try.
I'm a 7
I
o'clock
think
girl,
I'd rather
so
get up at
Yeah.
6 o'clock.
get up. I'd rather get
Yeah.
up at 10 if I like.
Yeah, well, yes. I mean, on a weekend, I could totally do that. But I had to be here before then today, so I had to get up. I think the one thing that I do to try and keep myself in a better kind of mental state is kind of twofold. Number one, I do that idea of those numbers. I do a pulse check on myself every day before I turn on my computer. How am I feeling today? What's my number? Right? Because sometimes you wake up on the wrong side of bed, or there were things yesterday that you're still holding on to, all this kind of stuff. And my goal is always, how do I make sure that it's above a 5 before I start work? So if that means I need to go do something else and not start work right away, like let me take 5 minutes and make a cup of coffee or listen to a podcast or whatever it is, I want that number to be above 5 every single day before I start my work. And the reason is because my work involves other people and they hear your number out your mouth. So they don't deserve to hear my 2 or 3. That's not appropriate. In my world, that's not appropriate. I'm supposed to lift them up. They don't want to hear about my ugliness, right? So I have to get myself to above a 5 to be able to do good work. So that's my one thing is I pulse check myself. And if that number is that if I cannot say it's above a 5, I will go and do something to get it to that number. And so we call it joy breaks. That's what we talk about in our world. But what can you do that's going to raise that number? You call it what?
Coffee breaks. It takes you from a 2 to a 7 like that.
There you go, right? Like that, right? And coffee is a joy break. Some people it's animals, some people it's movement, some people it's dance parties, some people it's planning the next vacation.
What is it for you?
Well, I kind of said it's already the murder podcast. I
Murder
really
podcast.
love those things. But I would say more often than not for me, it's music, right? So I have a happy playlist, Stevie's Happy Songs. That's what it's called. And
Is it on
I go on.
Okay,
It's on Spotify.
What is one song on there?
Oh, well, okay, so it makes me happy. It's not going to be a happy song for everybody else, but I love Landslide by Stevie Nicks because Stevie Nicks, any Stevie Nicks song brings me up. So that's what I use, but other songs on it would be, Don't Stop Believin' by Journey. We got Can't Stop the Feeling by Justin Timberlake. We've got Happy by Pharrell. It's all songs that kind of get you moving and grooving. And so anytime I'm not feeling good, I will turn that on and just kind of hang out in my room. And within a couple songs, I feel a whole lot better. And then I'm ready to face my day. So music would be my number one thing. Pulse check and music.
So somebody else is saying that they watch true crime too in the morning.
But you take that personal assessment, and I think that, how honest are we, right? We might be feeling really crappy, but we just pour that on. That's just how I'm feeling today, and you just take that into work or where your relationships, and you just pour it on to somebody else. But if we were to have that personal reflection and just say, all right, I do feel terrible, but I'm going to change it. And I think there was power in that message, Stevie Dawn. I'm below, I'm a 2 or 3 or 4 today. I'm going to change it because it is a choice, right?
Yeah.
We do have a choice.
But
And
also having what it is that is going to take you from that 3 or 4 to that 7 or 8.
yeah,
You got to know.
Yeah, you have to have that list of things that's going to take you from that to that. So when you do that pulse check and you can find that out, you're like, okay, so now I need to implement this.
Yep.
It's like a little
so true.
survival kit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Stephanie, what is one thing you do in the morning that
or anytime during the day?
I wash my worries away every morning. So I get in the shower and if I'm in a mood, I just cry in the shower and get it all out and kind of leave everything in the shower. And so once I step out of that shower, I'm just ready to hit the world running and get it done. So, um, and then I have breakfast with my husband every morning. That's been a routine we've done since pretty much we got married. Is he likes to make breakfast. And so while I'm in the shower crying my worries down the drain, he is making a beautiful breakfast for us. And then I come out and we just kind of, that's for us because of our busy timelines. Our beginning of our day and our end of our day is very important to connect as a couple. And so we have routines built into the morning and the evening for us to be able to connect and just stay. Because sometimes, I mean, we leave the house at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, and then we don't get back home until 10 or 11 o'clock at night. So that connection and just kind of bouncing things off of each other and being that vent or sounding board for that other person. And I know not everyone has that set up. That's just our routine. That seems to have worked for 36 years now. So I think it's a good one to keep.
It's a good one.
I love that. And I don't know about you guys, but when she said that she washes her worries away, I immediately went back to that commercial that says, I'm going to wash that gray right out of my hair, you know?
Yep.
But like 2 weeks ago, we had somebody on our show that said that she literally like washes things off of her.
Mm-hmm.
Like do you remember who it was, Angel? She said that she like gets in the shower and she like washes her worries away and washes her stress away. And she like says it in the shower and she like does this. And I forgot who it was.
I forgot who it was too. But all of you, right, are very intentional, right? We know that life it's not all rainbows and roses, right? It is life, and there are challenges, and there's loss, and there's grief, and it's just life, right? And so how we intentionally prepare for that, right? And to pull ourselves out of that and to have something that and all of it was a routine. Like none of this is by accident, right? It is absolutely by design. And I'm loving that you three ladies are our speakers next week on the Connect Virtual Summit. Do you want to talk a little bit about what you're going to be sharing, just to give a little sample? We want people to register and sign up today to go to connectvirtualsummit.com. The event is on Wednesday, June 30th from 2 to 7 p.m. Eastern time. Our series is our Health and Wellness series. So we have 6 speakers that are going to be speaking from just their own expertise. And so let's give them just a little sample of what they're going to get from you. And then how they can connect with you as well, like where they can go and follow you before next week's event. And Stevie, or actually Stephanie, you're unmuted. We'll start with you.
Okay. So I'm Stephanie Angle from Advantage Angle, and next week on the Connect Summit, I'm going to be talking about letting go of the fear of taking that big leap to something new. And we're going to talk about what LEAP stands for, is letting go of everything that no longer is serving you, and then evaluating your vision and assessing your skill set, and then planning your exit strategy. For wherever it may be. It might be an exit strategy from a relationship, from a job, from a hobby you don't want to do anymore, but you can't talk yourself out of it. We'll help you with that. And so to get a hold of me or follow me, you can go to Advantage Angle on Facebook, Advantages Angle on Instagram. You can email me advantageangle@gmail.com. And please join us on the summit, because I have some things to give away for it to you, including a desktop disconnect, which will help you get up and get away from your desktop for a while and away from those worries, and give you some strategies and tips on how to recenter and bring yourself back into the moment. So I'm really excited to be part of this amazing group and to help people, especially at this time in our world, to get recentered and refocused on what their true purpose in life is and to help them realize that purpose.
Well, Stephanie, you are definitely walking the walk, right? She has made that big leap. She has walked away from, a very solid career, and now to inspire and encourage and just give people the like the spark that they could do it. They could do it too. And watching you just shine, you're in your space, and I think we can all see it. We can all see it in your face. Like, just your demeanor has shifted, and yeah, she's coming from a place of freedom.
She is coming from a place of freedom. Angel, we have two of our audience members who said that they watch the Angel and Tina morning show every single day to get their energy from a 3 to a 7. I like that.
We're your routine. We're your routine, right?
I like that.
It does for me too, right? I think that having something to show up for is what gets me out of bed in the morning, because I could just stay there. I could just be an absolute slug and not get out of bed if I didn't have something. So for discipline, schedule things so that I have to show up for somebody else. And even if it's several months ago, I started getting up, and I have a workout buddy, and we Zoom in the morning. And so that I've got to get up and show up, because I wouldn't do it for me. I would I'll do it later. I can put that off, right?
I do it for somebody else.
But I will do it for somebody else, which is, I put all these things in to keep myself disciplined, because it turns out I'm lazy, right? I think I am really lazy, but I won't allow it. But
you won't allow somebody else to be lazy. So if you have somebody who's like, Angel, are you ready? Yeah, I'm there. You're like,
yeah, I'm there. I show up every day, right? Although we did decide we were not going to do it on the weekends. We were like, we don't have to be here quite this early on the weekends. Like, we can take the weekends off.
Well, Angel, there's something that you told me earlier that you don't do on the weekends too.
I don't do social media on the weekends. I take a whole technology break on the weekends. I turn my computer off on Friday afternoon. And that even means social media. And I think it makes a difference when you're not sitting there, like Tina and I were talking about, just comparing yourself to what everybody else is doing. And because you never feel like what you're doing is enough and good enough after watching, I should do, and I need to be, and look at them.
Everybody's highlight reels. When you are living in the real life, you're watching everybody's highlight reels, and that's what they are. They're just highlights of their highs in their life.
Yeah, I do. I take a true social media break. Every now and then I might pop in for something, but I hardly ever post. If you look, I hardly ever post on the weekends. I'm hardly ever comment. I just don't. The best weekends for me is my phone isn't even with me. Like, I just leave it in the bedroom, and I don't even carry it.
What are you doing on Saturday and Sunday with no phone? No, do you watch TV?
I don't watch TV.
There's no phone, no TV, no computer.
What do I do?
What do I do?
Okay, I'm weird. I'm really weird. Like, of course we moved into our house 4 months ago. So there's plenty of projects, right, to keep us occupied. And I just like to fuss around the house and put things away and tidy up, and
go lay out in your pool on your
lay out in the pool. I might go get my nails done, right? If I have, you don't want to go shopping anywhere there's shopping in the weekend in Florida, in Orlando, because it is hella crazy. Right. So you don't want to go to any stores on the weekend, but I don't know. I sleep in, I drink coffee, I hang out by the pool, I fuss around the house, right? I might, if we have some, the kids might come visit. Angel,
I'm going to come to your house for a week and just be like, I'm just going to unwind and not answer my phone. And I'll be like, they're like, where's Tina? Oh, she's by the pool again. Oh, where's Tina? Oh, she's on the balcony.
Yeah. And so it's nice. It is nice not to have to show up. And I know not, and I don't work on weekends. So none of my clients are texting me. Nobody's asking me for stuff on the weekends. I don't have to show up. It is a really nice break. And I try to take it every weekend since July. I started that last July. It's been almost a year.
It has been
Almost a year.
You have a date coming up, don't you? Next month?
My birthday?
Uh-huh.
I'm turning 51. Ha, ha.
She said, huh?
I've been working out since March. I lost my COVID 11. Right. And so it is 11 pounds makes a difference. It's not quite like there's still a little stuff, right? But man, 11 pounds made a huge difference for me. So, but I work out every day. And then Wednesday is clean Wednesday. I can do it every day, but no sugar, right? No alcohol, no like.
And then on Thursday, I drink a gallon.
No. But I was just getting into a habit. Like I'm just doing it more out of a routine and out of a habit. And I knew I couldn't just swing the pendulum. So one day it's clean Wednesday and it's sugar and no alcohol. Like it's all just clean eating. And then I drink more water in between. And this is every day. In between a cup of coffee, I drink a water. In between a glass of wine, I drink a water. Like I just try to do.
You drink the water.
Drink the water. Although I did just find these new sparkling waters.
Listen, she has been telling me about these sparkling waters for days. I still haven't gotten my butt up.
So right, I went to Walmart and we were getting like paper products, right? And they had on the end cap this brand of sparkling water, and it was like this size bottle, right? Like it's like a pint. I don't know. It's not a quart. Maybe it's a quart.
You still haven't sent me a picture of it, like to what it is.
Right. They were 52 cents. 52 cents for this bottle of sparkling water. And you know how sparkling waters are
they have a hint.
Like a hint of the flavor, right? Well, I got this cherry limeade, and if you guys ever drink the cherry limeades from Sonic, it smells just like the cherry limeade. It tastes just like the cherry limeade you get from Sonic. So my son and I went back to stock up a little bit, right? I'm like, I'm going to grab a few of those to have in the fridge. And he's like, well, they have all these other flavors, Mom. So we bought like 12 flavors. And then we came home and we're like pouring little shot glasses and we're like doing the flight and seeing like which flavors. Which
ones do you like now?
Flavors do we like?
Still the cherry limeade?
I still like the cherry limeade. The strawberries and cream is yummy. Okay. We have a mango tangerine. The watermelon wasn't our favorite. Peach was good. I liked the black cherry. Like, I mean, there was,
limeade ice.
There was a mojito one.
Is it called ice? Sparkling water ice?
No, it's like a Walmart brand. It was 52 cents.
It was 52 cents. This is what I've been hearing all weekend. It was 52 cents.
I just couldn't, like what I just had zero expectations for it, right? Like I just like a little bit.
Trying to find it. I don't see it anywhere.
It's like called Clear American or something like that.
Okay.
American Clear. I'll find it for you. I will find it for you. All right. Stevie Dawn, what are we going to be learning from you?
Well, not about sparkling water, because I have nothing to say on that issue. I used to, though, love Clearly Canadian. Clearly Canadian sparkling water. I used to drink that all the time when I was in high school. I thought I was so like posh and ritzy because I drank sparkling water. But anyway, but I haven't done that in decades, so we don't need to worry about that. I think next week, my focus is going to be on mindset and believing in yourself, right? Because I think that we all need tools to help us when we have those bad days. So like the pulse check that we've already talked about is one of those tools. Finding ways to trigger your happiness is one of those tools. But the success model is this kind of cycle that we go through. And once you understand how the cycle works, you can reprogram, right? You can reframe and reprogram your thoughts. So for example, if I were to take Angel's declaration of her COVID-11, I totally had the COVID like 22. I don't know what you were doing with COVID 11, but anyway.
There was more. I've only lost 11.
Oh, okay. Got it. That makes me feel a little bit better. Thank you for saying that. So, like, if we look at that, right? What's one of the things that happens is we look in the mirror and we say, oh, I don't like how I look. Oh, I'm so fat. Oh, I'm so overweight. Look at this COVID 22. Whatever it is, right? We say all those thoughts, which lead us to feel things. Well, what do we feel when we have those thoughts? Shame, guilt, insecurity. Well, when you're feeling shame and guilt and insecurity, do you really want to go work out? Or would you rather just sit with a pint of ice cream?
Eat a donut.
Right? Eat a donut. Have a pint of ice cream. Have the mojito, but not the water version. Like, you're going to do the things that make you feel better, right? But the truth is, they're not going to make you feel better. Right? So you're gonna use those feelings to take actions that aren't good. And then what's your result gonna be? Well, you're still gonna weigh that same weight tomorrow, and it's gonna be a vicious cycle. Yeah, right. Well, if I ate the whole pint of ice cream, now I'm COVID 24. What am I doing? So, right, it's really important that we recognize that and we start reprogramming. So I'm gonna give everybody a tool next week that they can use, that they can put up next to their computer, remind themselves to reprogram those thoughts as they happen. And then if Stephanie is going to teach you how to take a leap, which I think is brilliant, I'm going to then teach you how to fly. And we're going to learn how to fly next week. So you have to tune in because, come on, we all want the superpower of flight. So I will teach you all how to fly next week, but you got to tune in to the Connect Summit.
I love it. Stevie Dawn, how do they connect with you today?
Yeah, so you can find me at Dr. Stevie Dawn, Dr. Stevie Dawn, everywhere, on every platform. And I should take a social media break on the weekends, but I do not. I tend to spend most of my weekends scrolling through Instagram because that's just what I like to do when I sit on the couch. So you can always find me on social media. I would love to connect with everybody and see everybody next week.
Fantastic. Now, I'm not recommending the social media break because I think, it'd probably give teen anxiety, like not to be able to do it, but it's just
no, you can do it. Like you can pre-schedule your stuff.
Yeah.
But you know what, Angel, I think this weekend I might take a social media break Saturday and Sunday.
Well, we'll start with a day, right? Like start with.
You do get that comparison, that thing, comparison is a thief, right? What was that quote?
Joy. Yeah. Comparison, right? The thief of joy.
Mm-hmm. And you start thinking, oh my gosh, look at she's doing this and she's doing this, and look at they're going here and they're going here, and she got her halfway, and you start. But you got to fill it. Like if you're gonna take something out, you gotta like what Stevie Dawn. You've got to fill it with joy, so that you're not sitting there going, oh,
so I'll do it with you, Tina. Let's take Saturday because I already have a massage scheduled. So that'll take up my Saturday instead of scrolling on Instagram. So schedule yourself a massage and we'll do it together. No social media on Saturday, but I'm going to have a massage. Darn it.
Babe.
You got to fill it with something that brings you joy, right? Absolutely. All right, Miss Michele, how about you? What are we going to be learning next week, and how do people connect with you today?
Learn how to land with Michele.
What was that?
I said we're going to learn how to land because she's teaching how to lean.
Well, yeah, I'm going to
how to fly.
Well, we are going to learn how to lean, right?
We're going to learn how to lean, and I guess I'm going to keep you grounded. I'm going to give you some snippets of a workshop that we're going to be doing in August of the lean, which it's guiding you to that lean holistic healing approach. It's the inner healing from the inside out. And of course, that lean is lifestyle, exercise, attitude, and nutrition. With that, learning those parts, which the lifestyle is what we are talking about, the mindset, the foods we eat. But the topic of the workshop I'm going to be doing, and I'm going to talk about next week, is making health your hobby. How do you really train your brain, reframe your brain, your mindset to do these things? And that goes with when you even ask me, what do you do? It's that consistency and just making it an everyday thing that you don't think about. And because, even when you talk about, well, hey, what about these sparkling waters? Well, I love sparkling waters. And I'll just say Perrier, Pellegrino, and crazy water is a healing. I'm going to even give for your show. Crazy water from Mineral Wells, Texas is one of the best healing waters. So look that one up. What else am I going to do? The part that I enjoy is just helping you to learn about reflecting, recharging, and renewing yourself. And that comes from all the way from your mind, how you live your life. It is good that you stay away from the social media, Angel. That really is, because 5G is one of the toxicities. You can say sugar is a toxicity. 5G is a toxicity. And that you've inspired me to get better at, hey, no, on the weekends. I did that for a bit because I can't handle the 5G for my health. However, if you discipline yourself, and that's what you've done, if you discipline yourself just to stay away from it, you are actually rejuvenating your body as you come back on, because you're on camera so much, through the week. Your body actually needs that. And then on the other side, like Tina said, is just scheduling it and finding things. So I'm going to teach different ways of that lifestyle. You guys just kind of spearheaded it in as far as leaping and flying. And I'm going to lean you into, to more grounding. How can you get in touch with me? I'm pretty much all over social media. MacArthur Accommodations, website's right above me. But M. MacArthur or MacArthur Accommodations is my social media handles. And usually my hashtags, like today, it's wellness tips, wellness tips. Today is my Happy Wellness Wednesday. So I'm usually doing that. I'm also giving you travel tips, because not only about with that lifestyle and what you have to eat and about moving and having that positive, but it's also getting away to those top luxury wellness destinations. I love being able to help people just getting out. I call it a sabbatical. And you can have your sabbatical in your backyard at your pool. You can have it, in your room, listening to music and dancing. You find that grace place. So I'm about creating immunity for life. Michele MacArthur, MacArthur Accommodations. I'm super excited about next week. If anybody listening that's on replay, please go to the connectvirtualsummit.com to purchase your tickets. I'm going to have a pantry makeover giveaway for the wheel, the gift wheel, and some other great prizes along with. So tune in. Thank you for letting me come. Thank you for having this space, you ladies. Y'all are just such a blessing. So I really appreciate that. So we can share to the world about that mindset and really just reframing people's minds, one mind at a time.
I love it. I love it. Well, fabulous. We're going to have such a blast next week. So if you haven't gotten your tickets, go and register right now, connectvirtualsummit.com, June 30th, 1 week from today, 2 to 7 p.m. Eastern time. We've already gone from whatever we are, we've gone up a couple numbers at least, right? For sure, Stevie Dawn, just by being in our presence and talking about it. And know that it's not weird, right? We all go through it. We all have our insecurities. We all have our challenges, but we make a choice. We make a choice not to stay there. How do we come out of it? So I'm super excited. You ladies have been dynamite. So glad you could be with us here this morning. I'm Angel Tussey. I am your media matchmaker, but apparently we don't matchmake on the weekends, right? We only do that Monday through Friday. But you can grab your complimentary media starter kit at my website, makeyourbigimpact.com. That's makeyourbigimpact.com. Grab that starter kit, but truly sign up today and join us next week for the Connect Virtual Summit.
I can't believe it's already next week. I feel like they go so fast. Like next week is July 1st. I feel like this whole year has gone by so fast, but I am going to take a break. Stevie Dawn, me and you, Saturday, no social media. What does that include, like texting or just like no social media at all?
Just no social media. I'm going to text you and say, are we doing this?
That's what I'm going to talk.
Right? That's connecting with somebody, right? That's a one-on-one conversation.
That's true. Yeah. Okay, so just no social media, no Instagram.
No social media.
No TikTok. Oh, I might get some withdrawals.
That's why I thought you might just want to start with one day, right? Too much for you.
I might have a little bit of withdrawals, but I'm Tina Torres, your client retention expert, otherwise known as the gratitude specialist. And gratitude is part of my routine every single morning, every single night. Write in your gratitude journal, 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes at night. But I have a special gift for you guys. If you guys go to masteringyourfollowup.com, you can get a 5-day free masterclass on how I teach people how to create that master follow-up plan for the whole entire year, how to learn how to attract, connect, and convert more prospects throughout your year, online, offline, even on the weekends, but it's scheduled. So you can go to masteringyourfollowup.com, grab your free 5-day masterclass for that. We are Angel and Tina on the Angel and Tina Morning Show. We come to you live every weekday morning at 11 a.m. We will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.